G'day and welcome to another Pokemon Go video. So jumping into Go Battle League, and if you're new to that channel, hit the subscribe button down below. Otherwise, we're going to jump into some matches and see how we go. So I'll link to my season 11, are we in now, playlist, and you can check those out if you like what you see. This time though, let's jump in and see what we get. So currently all three leagues are open. Um, so we've got a choice of open, well, Great League, open Ultra, and then open Master League, so unlimited Master League, which good or bad depending on where you are. So I'm going to jump on to the Ultra League and I'm going to run Talonflame with Incinerate, Brave Bird and Flame Charge, Best Buddied Umbreon with Snarl, Foul Play and Last Resort, and then Altered Giratina with Shadow Claw, Dragon Claw and Shadow Sneak. So this is a team I have run before, and I do like it. It is some pretty good meta picks. Giratina's there from very early seasons, so I'm not sure about that one. We'll see what it adds, if it adds anything. The issue with that is now there's going to be Whale Run absolutely everywhere, so got to be careful of that. So on the lead, we've got Granbull, and so that's good for me. Both of my backline Pokemon will get absolutely caned by the Granbull there. So let's. Unfortunately, they had a really nice catch on the Giratina, and yeah, so I'm going to try and swap this out so they don't manage to get a shot off, and they don't. So as you see, it's going to. Well, their Giratina is also running Shadow Claw, so the only thing they're going to be able to do is Dragon Claw, which is going to be neutral damage, and you're about to see how much of a beast Best Buddied Umbreon is. Dragon Claw just does absolutely nothing. So I'm going to be able to throw the Snarls and do super effective damage with the Foul Plays as well. And I do want to take this thing out, but I want to leave this matchup with energy so I can hopefully use a last resort or two, because I do know that the Granbull is going to come back in. So I'm going to throw straight back to back here and then look to farm up a little bit more energy. And they've actually shielded. So shielded and then swapped into their Granbull here. So what I'm going to do here is I don't want to take too much damage, so I'm just going to throw this charge move to get the switch clock up, and then I'll swap into my Talonflame here, and I'm just going to go straight for the flame charge, and we'll see if we grab another shield. I would expect we will grab a shield, and we don't. Okay, that's massive. So I am actually going to. It's probably a close combat or a crunch that they're throwing here. It is the crunch. I think it's close combat is the other move. Maybe it's not. It was the crunch, so that is fine. And then they come in with their Giratina. Here I'm thinking, do I want to shield? And I'm going to let this go. As you can see, it doesn't actually do too much damage. And then I'm able to get to the Brave Bird, so happy days. This is going to be enough to take this thing out, and we'll see what they have in the back. Is it going to be able to take me out? And oh, they've got a Scavalier. So as you can see, that incinerate damage was absolutely immense here. So they're not going to be able to win this match, and so I'm going to be able to throw the Shadow Sneaks, do neutral damage, but that's absolutely fine. As you can see, that's enough to take it out. They'll be running Drill Run and Mega Horn maybe, or possibly Drill Run and Acid Spray. They're just not going to be able to do enough damage to take me out there. So good game to start that off with. It was a reasonable matchup. We'll see if Giratina plays a huge role. I am thinking about swapping it out, and if you think I should swap it out, do let me know. Give me a team idea, because I would like to try something new. So we've got Talonflame into Umbreon. So they're running their own Umbreon here. The question is, oh, weak connection, not ideal. Is will they be able to outpace me? So I'm going to let this first one go. And then I'm going to throw my own flame charge here, and we'll see what they want to do. So going to go straight for the Flame Charge. Unfortunately, they were able to get a fast move through, which is really unfortunate. But I mean, it is what it is. So we'll get the Flame Charge through, and they no shield that. People generally don't shield up the first one, and we'll see what they want to do. So I think I'm going to shield this one up. So shield goes up. The reason I don't want to swap out is because Giratina is just going to be absolutely walled by this thing. So even if I have to pretty much do all of the damage, if I can get it down to where my own Umbreon can farm it down, I'm absolutely fine with that. And they're not using shield, so that's really interesting. So I'm going to let this one go as well. This thing is now within range for my Umbreon if in the worst case scenario, but I will be able to get to another move, but let's see if I can take this thing out before it gets to a charge move, and I am able to. So that's going to give me energy to throw, and we'll see what comes out. So what is it going to be? So they're up a shield. Oof, and they've got their own Talonflame. So going to want to do some damage. Let's hope I can grab some shields now. So shield, yeah, so first one coming through, and I'm able to get the shield, and then I'm able to get to the Brave Bird, and we'll see if we grab both of their shields. So this can be absolutely massive if we're able to grab both the shields, and we are able to grab both the shields. I'm going to come straight in with the Giratina here because it will resist the fire damage, and if they do not use if they use Brave Bird, they're going to have to swap out, which is fine. If they don't use Brave Bird, then absolutely fine as well. So we'll see what happens here. So first one's coming through. Not going to shield this up. I fully expect this to be a Flame Charge, and we've got a Flame Charge coming through. And as you can see, it just does absolutely no damage. I'm going to look to farm down. Next one's coming through. Again, probably going to be a Flame Charge, so we'll let it go. Pretty easy to count Talonflame. It's 3 for the first Flame Charge and then 2 to the next, or 3s for Brave Bird. So 3, 3, 3 for Brave Bird, 3, 2, 3, 2 for Flame Charge. So we'll see how it goes. So they're throwing another Incinerate. Because Incinerate is such a long move, I'm able to farm it down, and this is really bad for them. They have a Cresselia in the back. So very good game for me. Able to take that one fairly comfortably, although um, the matchup between Cresselia and Umbreon is actually closer than you would think, as well, assuming they're running Moonblast, and most Cresselias are running Moonblast, running Grass Knot and Moonblast mostly, and so that Moonblast can do a bit of damage. Umbreon will still win that matchup, but it's actually a lot closer than you would than I would like, to be completely honest. So we'll jump into this next match and hopefully we can get something semi-decent. Again, the Giratina came in against the Talonflame, so it's not a great matchup. And possibly I need a water type, so possibly something like well, I'm just thinking of my old Pokemon. I need to use something new. So maybe something like a Tapu Fini would be really interesting choice. So yeah, Tapu Fini might be a good choice. I'd need to save up some candy. So let's see what they want to throw. Are they going to throw a Moonblast at me, or are they going to... Yeah, so Moonblast straight up. So I've got Moonblast and Grass Knot. I'm going to overfarm just a fraction here. Whether that's a good idea or not, I'm not sure, but I did it. So going to throw the Flame Charge here, and then going to go straight into the next one. And the reason for that is I don't want to be throwing too many fast moves, and Incinerate is not a fast move. Too many fast moves and not have the extra damage from being boosted from Flame Charges. So going to look to get those that damage out as quickly as possible. So I'm actually going to shield this one up, and it is a Moonblast, so happy days. And then I'm going to look to do as much damage here as I can. I'll see if I can farm this down. I really hope I'm able to farm it down before they get to another move. I am not. Moonblast is not going to take me out here. Grass Knot is going to do even less, and unfortunately it's the Moonblast, so that's okay. Let it through, but I did get a lot of energy. So we'll see what they want to come out with. And it is a Scrafty, so this is really bad for me. This thing absolutely obliterates my back line. So going to come out with the flame charge here, going to go straight into the next one, and let's see if we can manage to steal back both of these shields, and we are able to get both the shields. So this is actually going to take me out here, which is unfortunate. And then I'm actually going to come in with Giratina here, and the reason for that is because if I come in with Umbreon, they can just throw the power-up punches, or they kind of have to throw power-up punches, and then they'll be super boosted for when my Giratina comes in, because Umbreon's not going to take that thing out. So I'm going to have to come in with Giratina so they at least don't get the boost, and then I can um, maybe take it out with Umbreon, but at this point, this is looking fairly rough. We'll have to see what they have in the back. So hopefully they have something super weak to Umbreon. So if they have their own Giratina in the back is about the only thing that might save me at this point. We're going to find out what it is. So if it's anything remotely competitive, yeah, I'm in lots and lots of trouble. Let's hope it is a... Oh. So we've got the Registeel. So I've got one shield left. Is this going to be enough? It's going to be a very long matchup because Umbreon's an absolute tank, and we'll see if they have Focus Blast. Hopefully, if they Zap Cannon me, I don't get debuffed. The question is it an automatic debuff? We'll find out. They have a Zap Cannon, and they get the debuff. So that may not be a surprising thing if it debuffs every single time, but one for one, happy days. So I'm going to have to throw this charge move and we'll see what we get here. Hopefully we're able to do enough damage, but because we're debuffed, we probably don't want to throw too much, and we'll see what happens. So it is the Focus Blast, so they do have Focus Blast, and that's absolutely fine. At this point, this is very much good game. I'm going to store up my move, and we'll see if we can do some damage. But yeah, at this point, it's good game. I've got next to no health. That does no damage. Yeah, I don't know why I'm bothering here. I should probably just let this go. Yeah, so at this point, it's well, I say at this point, pretty much as soon as the Scrafty came out, and then they showed that their third Pokemon was Registeel, it was GG's right there. So, I mean, it is what it is. Reasonable matchup to start with. And then just horrible backline. Could have played it a little bit differently, but yeah, this is the thing. You just don't know what's in the back, do you? So we'll see. So in terms of matches, we'll see if we can get another good one. Talonflame on the lead, I do like, and there's the Shadow Swampert. So for this one, I'm actually going to swap straight out into my Altered Giratina, and we'll see what they come out with. And they came out with, um, okay, Trevenant. So you do expect to see a lot of Trevenants because it's an absolute beast in the Ultra League, and they no shield the first one, so absolutely got to love it. For this, I'm going to, what am I going to do? No shield. And it is the Seed Bomb bait. That's huge. That is absolutely huge. So they're going to have to shield this up if they want to survive. Otherwise, I'm going to be able to take this match up really comfortably. And they do shield it up, and that's absolutely fine with me. And I'm going to look to farm this down now. So they're able to get to another charge move. I'm going to let this one go and expect it to be a Shadow Ball this time. It is the Shadow Ball. They're not going to bait a second time. But and I come in with my own Talonflame here, and they're going to come back in with their Swampert, always going to happen. Unfortunately, they're able to get to a charge move before I'm able to swap this out. That's very, very unfortunate for me. And then I'm going to look to throw another one. So I've got charge move saved, and then I'll swap into the Umbreon and see what they've got in the back. So they've got an Escavalier here. So this is really, really, I don't know, bad or good. So what I would have liked to happen is be able to farm down the Escav with the Talonflame, so I have back-to-back moves. We'll see if we can do that, or depending on what they throw, if they don't have Mega Horn, then, or if they do have Mega Horn, if they have, because they have Mega Horn, that's going to be exactly what I'm going to do. So going to let that go, not throw that charge move, and then I'll be able to farm this down. So actually not bothering with throwing the flame charge straight away. I know they have Mega Horn. They're going to have Drill Run as well, and that means that they're not going to be able to do any damage. The one that is a problem for me is going to be the Swampert. So I'm going to throw back-to-back flame charges, back-to-back Brave Birds. If they don't shield the first one, which they haven't, it's game over. If they shield the first one, they're not going to get to two hydro cannons before I'm able to get to my second one, so happy days. So actually able to play that as I would have liked, so that works out really, really nicely for me. And we'll jump into this last one and see what we get. Um, yeah, I do like Talonflame on the lead. It's a bit questionable, I guess. If you lose it, then you're in trouble. If they have to swap out, you can usually get an extra move. Okay, so I have absolutely no idea what moves this thing has. I'm assuming a dark and a fighting move. It's probably going to have uh, something else. That seemed awfully quick to get to a charge move, and we'll see what it is. And it's Rock Slide. So this is game over now. I it's this is it. Like that one move has just I've lost the game. Um, Neither of my Pokemon can take this, so this is double resisting any dark type moves, and it's another rock slide. So what have they got? They've got a Talonflame. Yeah, this is good game. There's no coming back from that. I've got nothing that can counter um, a dark fighting. Um, it's just going to absolutely obliterate my team. So one of its moves is Rock Slide, obviously. I have no idea what its second move is, whether it's a dark move or a fighting move, uh, or something else entirely. No idea. Going to look to Dragon Claw away. I honestly not sure why this is continuing. This is game over, but I would like to see what their third Pokemon is. Always good to see other people's lineups, what they have, and we'll see how we go here. So hopefully they don't Brave Bird me here. And they do. Yeah, this is absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. So let's see if we can at least make them show us their third Pokemon. They shield that up, okay. And they've got to another one. I'm going to let this go. Let's hope it's not another Brave Bird. At this point, it probably will be. Of course it is. I've not been able to shield anything this game. Um, yeah, you just have some games that are, yeah, they're like it. You just do very, very poorly. And we CMP tied, so then I lost all my energy, and let's see what comes out. So I'm hoping something else comes out, so at least I can see what their third Pokemon is. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to see because I'm not going to be able to take this thing out. Um, let's shield this up. Let's see what their, at least maybe we can see what their second charge move is. No, just another rock slide. Um, I mean, it is what it is at this point. The frustrating thing is having to spend all this time playing it through and just knowing that you are not getting anywhere. Shields are down, so if they're running a close combat type move, then they'll throw it now. No, they're just throwing another rock slide. Okay. And what is their last Pokemon? It's a Whaleren. Yeah, so I had absolutely no chance. Really unfortunate, but I mean, it is what it is. And sometimes you just, yeah, play poorly. And that was a perfect example of that. I just had no idea. So had I known that its move was Rock Slide, I would have been able to go for that. Know that the shield needed to go up, but I mean, it is what it is. So claim the reward there, and it is a Zapdos. So I'm going to be trying to catch this with a Pineapple Berry and a Pokeball. So I'm not going to subject you to watching me try and do it. Just know I've got 223 to start with, and we'll see how many it takes before I actually catch it. Um, do the same trick as always. So set your circle size, so the circle size where you want it, and then throw the ball all the way to the bottom of the screen, and then throw during the attack, or in that instance, just rip it out there and hope for the best, and clearly miss. So it does miss, and what they have 220, 223. Um, throw another one through, and another absolute brick of a throw. And what are we down to now? 213. So it does take me a little while to get there, but let's hope I get there in the end. So very close on the other one in terms of excellent throw, but at this point what you need to do is wait for the attack, and I clearly don't want to do that. I'm just going to grip it and rip it, and manage to hit that excellent throw. And can we actually stick it this time? We can. So able to catch that, and hopefully I get want to get 4 XL candy, which I did. Happy days. Is it any good? 14, 11, 15. So the answer to that question is no, it is not any good. Up to 22.19. So happy days. So slowly climbing up there. Hopefully this was useful for someone. Might have to swap it up in the next one, but if it was, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.